Hi everyone, and welcome to another vocabulary video. This topic is change and changes. The vocabulary here is based on an IELTS speaking part 1 topic, but sometimes it appears in part 2 and in part 3 as well. Like usual, we're going to look at a simple low band answer. We're going to learn some vocabulary items, and we're going to use those items to improve this answer. The question is, have you changed a lot since your childhood? I think I look very different now. When I look at old photos of me, I hardly recognize myself. The difference is really big. About my personality, I became more confident about myself while I was at university. And I suppose I'm also more mature and sensible compared to when I was a kid. Maybe you can already think of some ways to improve the vocabulary in this answer. Next, let's look at 5 or 6 vocabulary items that we can use. The first vocabulary item is wise. Wise. Wise here is a noun suffix. That means we add wise to the end of a noun. For example, personality, wise. Appearance, wise. Money, wise. Health, wise. Wise, as a suffix, means with respect to, in regards to. So, about my personality, I can say personality-wise. About my appearance, I say personality-wise. For example, appearance-wise, the twin brothers looked exactly the same. That means, in regards to the twins' appearance, they looked identical. They looked exactly the same. So if you want to talk about someone's personality, about someone's appearance, about their money, or about their health, add wise at the end of the word. Vocabulary item 2, dramatic. Dramatic. Dramatic is a big change. It's a big and surprising change. A dramatic change, a dramatic shift, a dramatic effect, a dramatic example, or a dramatic drop. Dramatic drop is a very sharp and surprising decrease. We use dramatic to talk about changes that are big and surprising. For example, after the new law was introduced, there was a dramatic drop in crime. I'm aware that should say there was a dramatic drop in crime. Some adverbs that go with dramatic are overdramatic, quite dramatic, particularly dramatic, very dramatic. Dramatically. Dramatically is the adverb. When COVID-19 started to spread, everything changed very dramatically. It changed dramatically because society changed a lot. Rules about masks, rules about work, working from home, schools closing, businesses closing. There were a lot of big changes. So the changes were dramatic. The next vocab item is night and day. Night and day. The second word is and. Often and gets contracted or blended. Night and day. Night and day. Night and day means totally different. Totally different, but in a good way. It's better than it was. For example, After they had thoroughly cleaned the kitchen, the difference was night and day. That means the kitchen was dirty, the kitchen was very dirty, but now the kitchen looks very, very clean. So there's a big difference and a big improvement too. You also see this as like night and day. Like night and day. For example, once we started studying that he actually liked, his behavior was like night and day. Again, maybe his behavior before was terrible, he didn't listen, he acted out, but now his behavior is excellent. He's quiet, he listens, and he respects the rules. Item 4, come out of one's shell. Come out of one's shell. This is an idiom because humans do not have a shell like a turtle. It means we become more confident. If you come out of your shell, you become more confident about yourself. Maybe you become more outgoing, more talkative, more social, and you have the confidence to enter new or different situations. It's an idiom, but you can use it in different tenses. Come out of their shell, came out of their shell in the past simple, and in the perfect form, has come out of their shell. For example, Kelly really came out of her shell at university. There are some other versions of this idiom. Bring out of one's shell and go back into his shell. Bring out of a shell is when you encourage another person to be more confident. You make them more confident. And go back into your shell is to become shy again and lose confidence. For example, when more people started looking at him, he went back into his shell. Item number 5. Grown up. Grown up. This version is grown hyphen up, which means it's an adjective. You are grown up. He is grown up means he is mature. He acts mature. He acts in a mature way. Not like a child or a teenager, like a mature, fully grown, fully developed adult. You can be grown up, look grown up if you wear professional, smart, adult clothing, act grown up if your behavior is mature, all grown up. Some adverbs or quantifiers: a little more grown up, slightly more grown up, much more grown up. For example, now he doesn't wear t-shirts and flip-flops all the time. He looks much more grown up. Wearing a suit, a button-up shirt, maybe a tie as a man, makes you look more grown up. You look professional and more mature. The noun is a grown up, but look at the spelling. The spelling for the noun is a little bit different. It's one word, a grown up. That means an adult. An adult is a grown up. Kids, when kids talk about adults, they often say grown-ups. For example, most kids think that grown-ups have lots of money and can do whatever they want, although that's often untrue. So, we will use these 5 vocabulary items to improve and upgrade the answer at the beginning. To refresh your memory, here's the answer one more time. I've highlighted some phrases or words that I think we can replace with our 5 new vocab items. The highlights are I look, very different, really big, about my personality, confident about myself, mature. So you can pause the video here if you want to figure it out yourself. If you're ready to see the answers, let's go. Okay, here are the matching items and phrases. I look, appearance-wise, very different, dramatically or dramatic, really big, night and day, confident about myself, come out of my shell, mature, grown up. So let's see what the answer looks like when it has all 5 high-level vocabulary items in it. Have you changed a lot since your childhood? Appearance-wise, I think I've changed quite dramatically, actually. When I look at old photos of me, the difference is night and day. Personality-wise, I think I came out of my shell while I was at university, and I suppose I'm a bit more grown up and sensible compared to when I was a kid. So there you go. That is an upgraded answer. Try to use these vocabulary items in your own answers. You can leave them as a message below, or you can send me an email at mark@markteacher.com. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.